Good morning, traders. Happy Thursday. This is Jeff here at Walsh Trading. It is Thursday, November 13th. It's about 7:45 here in the morning. Couple ticks after that. The overnight markets and the grains just paused here from the overnight session. Please keep in mind that futures trading does involve substantial amounts of risk, certainly not suitable for all investors, traders, or producers. Let's take a look and see what happened here in the markets yesterday, what may have happened overnight, and what might happen here today. Starting off here with February live cattle. February is leading as far as open interest goes right now. D's had better volume yesterday, but the open interest and the volume is rolling to the February contract. Feb cattle were down $1.42 yesterday, 224.97, lower lows, lower highs relative to Tuesday's trade. Still well within Monday's big, almost, well, that was a limit up day here for the February. So still well within that range. Haven't really done any damage to the chart. Reference that big bullish reversal there. We're holding just above that 5-day moving, or the 10-day moving average, excuse me. That's I've got here. We finished 224.97 yesterday. That 10 days at 224.59. 5 days right under there, 222.97. Big volume here the last couple of days on not limit moves. It tells me that there's a little bit of a, I don't know, I think people are trying to buy into this market here. I think it wants to head back up. In the long run, I think it's still bullish cattle. We got less cattle, more people to feed. Stochastic starting to hook back higher here as well. And the MACD is starting to lighten up just a little bit. So that could be a sign that we are going to continue firmer here today, tomorrow perhaps. January feeders down $1.67 here yesterday. If you're looking at my screen, you might notice that November was actually higher on the day yesterday. Didn't see any, couldn't stay on, in the red there. They tried at one point, but November couldn't stay that way. January, the most active month, lower lows, lower highs relative to Tuesday's trade. Filled in the small gap that they left here from Monday's high to Tuesday's low. Backed and filled just a little bit, much like cattle were right around that 10-day moving average. Market closed 327.47. 10-day moving average supports at 27.24. 5-day is at 324.12. And hooking back higher here. We did close up above this trend line resistance, and this is just across the highs that we had here, contract highs to the highs that we had here in last Tuesday, week ago Tuesday. Broke up above that here with Monday's close, trading back a little bit to it. I like this market from the long side, but that 100-day average is going to be some resistance there. February lean hogs down $1.70 here yesterday, closing 81.52. Big bullish day up here on Monday. Another strong push here on Tuesday, but ran into that 200-day moving average. Kind of failed a little bit. Lower lows, lower highs. Big bearish candle here for lean hogs. That 5-day moving average here, that's at 81.35, about 20 or so lower than where the market closed. If that average doesn't hold as support, market might bounce, but if we do break through that here, I do expect it to continue to stay weak. Market retraced quite a bit here in just 2 days, and certainly relieved the oversold condition that was in place for, well, a little over a month here in the lean hogs. Looking over to the corn market, Dees is up a penny here in the overnight session, but March, the contract rollover is going on there, so March corn is the one that's leading now as far as open interest. March is down $0.25 here this morning. Dees, I like, it's up a penny. We're right back at that 200-day moving average. It's 435.75. Finished the overnight session here at 436.25, so right up above it here. First time we've been up above that average here. Gotta go back to June, early June here, right around the 9th. 4 days up here. Everybody's banking on the WASDE coming out tomorrow at 11 a.m. We did get export sales released here this morning, but they are not current, not by any sort, and it's not the normal report that we're expecting or we're used to seeing. It was for like the week of the 25th of September is when that was for. So it wasn't really helpful here, but at least government reports are going to start coming back out. March corn up $0.25 here. My charts are flipping back to the buy side, so I do have a new signal there. Getting a little bit whipsawy here. If they flip to the sell side here on Monday, been marching up here. Reference the March contract here. That 200-day moving average that I spoke of, referenced these, that's at 450 and a half. Market's had good momentum here all week. It's got a bit of a bullish tone to it. And I do think the market wants to push higher. Good, strong volume here yesterday on a nice little up day where we finished up 2 1/4. January soybeans breaking out to the upside here again, clearing the highs that we've kind of been maintaining here all month. So you got new highs for the month of November. We're up 1141 half, up 7 3/4 on the overnight session is where they finished. Going back here, I mean, we haven't traded at that price, well, since June of last year, June of 24. I think this is relatively bullish. It's going to hinge on what the WASDE says here tomorrow as far as that goes. Early estimates that I've seen have corn acreage getting pulled back or corn yield pulled back just a little bit to 16.5 billion bushels, and soybeans getting trimmed ever so slightly here to 4.27 billion, down from 4.3 here in the September report. Bullish move here on beans. The market does look like it wants to go higher, and I like it. Technically speaking, it is strong. It's overbought here a little bit, but it's been that way here, well, since October 22nd, give or take a day or two. Like this breakout to the upside. You had a bit of a doji here on Tuesday. You got a bullish count from yesterday. They're pushing it higher here again today. January Soymeal. Got a new signal here. It's getting a little bit whipsaw. You flip to the sell side here with yesterday's trade, but yesterday we had or the overnight trade anyway, but during the day ended up $4.50 here, 320, 340. 5 and 10-day moving average flipped right back over to the buy side here in the January meal. We're up about 80 cents here in the overnight, 324.20. I do like these markets here from the long side, but again, it all depends on what the WASDE says here tomorrow. They could be, in theory, and I don't like to say this out loud, but they could be kind of setting themselves up for a little bit of disappointment if it doesn't come out as bullish as everyone hopes. Looking over here to January bean oil. A little bit of a down day yesterday, down about 47, but this morning we're up 33, 51, 26 here for the January contract. Short-term averages on my charts are on the bullish side. We're right back up above that 50-day moving average. We broke through it on Tuesday, tested it, came back below it here just a little bit here on Wednesday, and now we're right back up here. 5-day moving average, 50-day moving average going to give us support here right around that 50-90 area. March Chicago wheat. Yesterday was up 3/4 cent here, finishing 552 half. This morning it's down just a penny. Short-term averages did flip to the sell side or the bearish side here with yesterday's trade. We're trading both sides of this 100-day moving average. I think that's pretty critical here for the March contract. That's at 550 3/4. If we can get back up above that, expect the market to go higher, but the only change I think we'll get on the WASDE tomorrow on the wheat is going to be ending stocks, and those are, I would expect to increase a bit, both on a domestic and a world basis. March KC wheat holding just underneath that 100-day average. That's at 542 3/8, finishing the overnight session here 540 1/4, down a penny and a half. Nice bullish day though yesterday, finishing well off the lows. Got down to 532 1/4, finished 541 3/4, 9 cents up, give or take a little bit. Had a doji here on Tuesday, or pretty close to one. Didn't get enough of a bullish breakout to confirm that. Got to get up above that 100-day moving average, and like I said, that's resistance 542 and 3/8 or so here this morning. The only other market I've got a new signal in here today are the E-mini S&P 500 futures. They're down 18.75. Very much an equilibrium day here yesterday. Again, not quite a doji, but pretty darn close. You got weakness here this morning. Short-term averages are flipping back to the buy side. Most of that's the result of a big jump up here on Monday. Haven't gotten a lot of follow-through since then. I might wait to buy this on strength if you're following that kind of recommendation. Have a buy stop up above the market here a little bit. Make sure it's heading in that direction here. But short-term averages are flipping over to the bullish side. That's what I've got time for here today, folks. I do appreciate you listening. Remember to like, share, subscribe. If you got any questions, comments, let me know how I can help.